Another dream is within reach. A student opens up a book. An entrepreneur takes another look.
History often remembers famous leaders, but every day millions of people quietly serve without expecting recognition. Teachers, firefighters, emergency medical personnel, public works crews, military members, volunteers, neighbors who simply decide to help. Public service is larger than any one profession. It is the decision to contribute something larger than ourselves. Tonight our panel asks a timeless question. What is the value of public service? Welcome to the Thunderdome. Good evening and welcome back to America Together Radio. Last episode we explored resilient communities. Tonight we examine one of the forces that helps make resilient communities possible. Service. Why do people choose to serve? What motivates them? And what can every citizen learn from those who dedicate themselves to helping others?
Some people think public service only means holding public office.
Tonight we'll discover it's much broader than that. We'll talk about volunteerism, professional public service, military service, community organizations, mentoring, and the quiet acts that rarely receive applause but help communities function every day. Different mascots will approach this question from different philosophies, but all of them understand one thing: strong communities depend upon people willing to contribute. President Pipeline, when you hear the words public service, what do they mean to you? We'll hear your answer right after the break.
The tires roll across the red dirt country.
Welcome back. Tonight's question: what is the value of public service? President Pipeline, will begin with you.
Thank you. When I hear the words public service, I don't first think about a title. I think about a decision. The decision to place the well-being of a community alongside your own responsibilities. Service isn't about seeking recognition. It's about creating value for other people. Sometimes that happens through public office, sometimes through teaching, sometimes through coaching the youth team, sometimes through quietly helping a neighbor without anyone else ever knowing.
So service isn't limited by job description.
Exactly. Public service is a mindset before it is a position.
People sometimes assume they have to change the whole world.
Very few people change the whole world. Millions improve the small part of it that's right in front of them. That's how strong communities are built.
Liberty Jack, your perspective.
Service and freedom belong together. Free societies depend upon citizens willing to contribute voluntarily. When people give their time, knowledge, and energy to others, communities become more capable and more resilient.
So service strengthens liberty.
It does. Rights flourish when citizens are willing to shoulder responsibilities.
One act of service often inspires another. People notice generosity. They notice integrity. Those examples spread farther than we sometimes realize.
Leadership by example is one of the oldest forms of public service.
So maybe the question isn't, what title do I have? Maybe it's, who can I help today?
That's a question worth asking. After the break, Lady Progress discusses compassion through service. Captain Constitution explores duty, stewardship, and public trust. Stay with us.
The morning sun climbs from the bay and paints the water gold.
Welcome back. Tonight we're exploring the value of public service. We've talked about service as a mindset, personal responsibility, and the power of leading by example. Now let's hear two more perspectives. Lady Progress, why do communities place such value on people who choose to serve?
Because service reminds us that we belong to one another. A caring community doesn't wait for someone else to notice a problem. It looks for opportunities to help before help is requested. Whether someone volunteers at the shelter, mentors a student, or checks on an elderly neighbor, every act of compassion strengthens the community.
So service creates connections.
Exactly. Communities become stronger when people believe they matter to one another.
Captain Constitution, your thoughts.
Public service is rooted in stewardship. Once citizens accept responsibility for serving others, they also accept the obligation to exercise that responsibility with integrity. Public trust is earned through honesty, consistency, and accountability. Those qualities matter whether someone serves in elected office, public safety, education, or a local volunteer organization.
So trust grows over time.
Yes, Trust is built one decision at a time.
President Pipeline, what stands out to you?
Service creates momentum. When one person steps forward, others often discover they can help too. Communities improve because ordinary people decide that waiting isn't the only option.
Voluntary service is one of the great strengths of a free society.
Compassion gives service its heart.
Integrity gives service its foundation.
You know, nobody ever says, "I wish fewer people volunteered."
That's probably because we've all benefited from someone else's willingness to help. Market Maverick off microphone, and somebody still has to stack the chairs after the meeting. After the break, Market Maverick discusses service through enterprise and innovation. Professor Data explores what research says about volunteering and civic engagement. And the People's Advocate shares practical ways every listener can begin serving today. Stay with us.
I'm Jeremy Levan. Rural communities understand problems that national politics often ignores. Distance, roads, hospitals, water, agriculture, energy, broadband, schools, and local services are not abstract issues. They are daily realities. America Together 2028 wants those voices included.
Just like it always has been, but every day brings something new, another chance to follow.
Welcome back. Tonight we've explored the value of public service through compassion, stewardship, and leadership. Now let's ask a practical question. How does service become part of everyday life? Market Maverick, some people hear the words public service and immediately think of government. Is that the whole picture?
Not even close. Public service also happens when someone starts a business that creates opportunities, when an employer mentors a young worker, when skilled tradespeople teach apprentices, when neighbors organize a cleanup project. Communities are strengthened by people who invest in one another.
So contribution can take many forms.
Exactly. Service is measured by impact, not by the title on a business card.
Professor Data, what does research tell us about volunteering?
Communities with strong volunteer participation often develop higher levels of trust and civic engagement. Volunteer organizations create opportunities for people from different backgrounds to work toward common goals. These shared experiences can strengthen social connections and community resilience.
So volunteering doesn't just solve problems. It helps people know one another.
Correct. Relationships are one of the most valuable outcomes.
People's Advocate, suppose someone listening says, "I'd like to help, but I don't know where to begin." What would you recommend?
Begin with something close to home. Volunteer for a local event. Help a neighbor with a project. Mentor someone. Support a food pantry. Join a community organization. You don't have to change the entire country today. Helping one person is a meaningful place to begin.
Quick thoughts.
Service creates stronger communities 1% at a time.
Voluntary action is one of freedom's greatest strengths.
Kindness often inspires more kindness.
Integrity gives service lasting value.
Healthy communities grow through consistent care.
After the break, each mascot shares one lesson they hope future generations remember about public service. Then we'll conclude tonight's discussion and preview our next episode. Stay with us.
Morning light on a snowy ridge, clouds drifting past a mountain.
Welcome back. Tonight we've explored the value of public service. We've talked about leadership, compassion, integrity, volunteerism, and the many ways ordinary people strengthen extraordinary communities. Before we close, one final question. If you could leave every future generation with one lesson about public service, what would it be?
Never underestimate the impact of showing up. Communities remember the people who consistently cared enough to help.
Freedom grows stronger when citizens freely choose to serve one another.
Measure success not only by what you accomplish, but by how many people you encourage along the way.
Public trust is earned through integrity, humility, and faithful stewardship. Protect it carefully.
Plant seeds whose harvest you may never personally see. Future generations benefit from today's service.
Leave every organization better than you found it. Improvement is one of the greatest gifts a person can leave behind.
Never believe your contribution is too small. Communities are built from thousands of everyday acts of kindness.
Remain a lifelong learner. Communities improve when experience and knowledge are shared generously.
Public service is not reserved for a select few. It belongs to every citizen willing to contribute. Some serve through professions, some through volunteer work, some through mentoring, some through simple acts of kindness that never make headlines. Yet together those countless acts create stronger neighborhoods, stronger communities, and a stronger nation.
So where are we headed next?
Next time our panel asks, how do we build trust? We'll explore trust between neighbors, institutions, families, organizations, and the everyday choices that either strengthen or weaken it. You've been listening to America Together Radio, simulated mascot debate Thunderdome. Today's discussion featured fictional mascot characters created to explore civic ideas through respectful conversation. The characters are fictional. The goal is to encourage thoughtful dialogue, constructive citizenship, and communities that grow stronger together. Thank you for listening. Until next time, keep serving, keep learning, keep building, and we'll see you inside the Thunderdome.
The same as they have through the years, watching seasons come